Hello. So in last video we have seen like how we can able to create MCP server, and we connected this MCP server with the cursor. Okay, so we all like went through all the different tools which we have created. So just like the overview, I wanted to just a quick recap kind of view. Okay, like suppose different tools we have created, like fetch generic case details, create case details, okay, case details by status, update case status, okay, case details by case ID, okay, and add case comment. So these are the different tools which I have created as part of the MCP servers. Okay, and these MCP server is already deployed into the endpoint platforms. Let me show you, which is up and running. Okay, now as part of this video we are going to see how we can able to create the MCP clients. Okay, means when I'm talking about the MCP clients, means by using the MCP connectors, which okay, it has the mostly this all activities are separated by the two categories. We can say one is for the client, one is for the server. So this MCP server tools listener we have used to create the MCP server. Now how by using the MCP client, okay, we can able to call these tools, so that we are going to see this. Okay, along with that we are also going to see one of the MuleSoft AI chain connector, where I have used the agent defined prompt template. Okay, so we'll see like what is the purpose of this. Okay, so let me first go here. So I have created few plain our HTTP based endpoints. Okay, and that I'm going to use as a postman to call this. Okay, and so a request is going to hit our HTTP. Okay, and from this request, okay, how we are going to call this our MCP. Okay, so let's quickly see what are all the configurations for this MCP server, okay, is required. First of all, we are going to open this MCP client. Okay, so here you can see as part of the global element properties, we are supposed to give the server URL. Okay, and this server URL is nothing but, if you see here MCP server, this URL where our MCP server is deployed. Okay, so that we have given. Okay, we are putting MCP endpoint path as a MCP, so it is going to give like the user friendly name. Okay, this is the required, like we are giving this Mule MCP client, and this is the client version. Okay, and if you see like if you remember in our this MCP server, we have chosen this estimable HTTP client, so same we have chosen here. As part of this authentication process, if you see, I have used the username and password, which is nothing but our this client ID and client secret, so that we need to pass. So if you see here, I have used the basic authentication, so in spite of the username and password, I have used client ID and client secret. Okay, as part of advanced, I haven't used any. Like if you need any default request header, we are good to proceed. We can set the reconnection as start G, but I haven't selected. I put it. Okay, let's connect it, test it, the connections, whether the connection is getting successful or not. So if you see, notice this connection is successful. Okay, so we are good to proceed here. Now we'll see what is the MuleSoft AI chain, how we can able to configure. Okay, so once you know this, there is a global element properties as part of this connector called the MuleSoft AI chain. Okay, where we have this privilege, like we can able to select this OpenAI. Okay, so as a LLM type, I have chosen this OpenAI. There are lots of the others LLM types are there. We are good to choose. Like see here, like an Anthropic, Azure, okay, Huggins, Mistral, Olama. Okay, so lots of the LLM types. Okay, I have used. It is asking this configuration JSON file, so I have given the path where my configuration JSON file, and this is going to hold nothing but just the Open API key. Okay, which is the secret key, so that I cannot disclose here. Okay, Once you are going to choose the LLM type, it has the different models which are available. Okay, we are good to choose any models. Okay, what is the temperature of it? Okay, what is the LLM timeout? What is the LLM timeout? And what is the max token we can say as part of the request response? Okay, because we all know this LLM type, any LLM is going to like work on the tokens. Okay, like suppose if I was sending the any sentence, like suppose anything's like I love MuleSoft something. Okay, so if you see here, like basically it is going to break each and every word, okay, as a token. So it is like for each different model or LLM, it has the on like a way to break it. Like suppose some models can break it into the like 3 words for 3 token and one for the space, so total 4. Okay, sometimes like suppose if you see the this is unbelievable. Okay, so suppose, or this is impossible. So these kind of things if you are going to give, okay, so it quite possible like impossible can be, they can broke, or they can generate this token as a I am possible. Okay, so these kind of things. So it's totally depend on the how they have design their or train their LLM type. Okay, so these all configuration we can able to set. I haven't set any advanced node or this. Okay, so we don't have any like options to test the connection, so keep it there. Okay, now we are quickly going to see what all endpoints and what I have and how I have used the MCP this MCP client to call the tools. So suppose the first is for the fetch case details. So this is my simple endpoint, like we used to do our why we create the API. Okay, these are the some variables for my logging purpose. Okay, or for my like suppose case numbers. Okay, just wait, I think it's hanging, not responding. Okay, so here see if it's the case number, so few of okay, let's quickly move into the how we can able to configure this particular tools. Okay, so here if you need, it is looking for the connector configuration, so you are good to put as a MCP client. Once you are going to connect with this MCP client, which is like connecting to the MCP server, we are good to see all the available tools. Okay, and these tools are nothing but in different terminology we can say these are my endpoints of the MCP server, which we use to say the tools. Okay, we can pass the argument. Okay, apart from that, if you are supposed to pass any additional param properties, we are good to pass here. Okay, so that's it I am doing here. Okay, if you see here, the response which is we are going to get from the MCP this client called tool, mostly we are going to get as a in a string format. Okay, mostly we are going to get into the string format. So what I'm doing, I'm reading it as a application.jsons. Okay, and suppose this is the generic to fetch case details. On the basis of that, like suppose once I'm going to get the response, so it's going to fetch all the case details. Okay, and on basis of that I am going to fetch the specific case numbers. Okay, which we has been passed and that I have stored here, just the mapping. So this is the just our normal technique how we are going to fetch it, but this is the how the configuration we are supposed to do. Okay, to get this value. Okay, now coming to this OpenAI. Okay, so what I am going to do, okay, when I'm going to fetch the particular case details, okay, I am sending this payload, okay, to the OpenAI. Okay, although this is not the correct way to send the entire payload to OpenAI. Okay, but while I'm sending it, I'm ensuring these all are the paid version, these all are the true, and my payload is not containing, doesn't contain any sensitive informations like your credit card, your PAN number, some things. So we need to make sure that the security governance should be proper use, but as part of the demo we maybe ignore this. So what I'm doing, whatever I have faced the case details, I'm just passing those case details to the LLM, okay, which is our this OpenAI. And what instruction I am saying, that this OpenAI, like you are an AI agent, okay. Now I'm asking summarize case details along all fields of the case record, suggest an next action towards resolution of this case, okay. So I'm asking to provide the potential resolution of this case, okay, which I'm going to fetch, okay. So this is I'm going to get it through this agent defined prompt templates as part of the MuleSoft AI chains, okay. And this is the response I am writing it to make it more understanding, okay. I have used the YAML here, okay. So this is for the fetch case details. Similar way I am using the update case status, okay. So here if you see here, I'm using the updaters case status. So this is the tool name which I'm getting, okay. I'm passing the payload, and this is the ones it is going to update. I'm again passing the fetch case details by case ID to get to check validate whether case has been updated or not, okay. Similar to like fetch case details by case ID, if you see here, so this is going to like fetch case details by case ID, okay. This is one quite interesting one, whether we can discuss a little bit more. Suppose some case has been going to create, like we used to say the new case, okay. So here is the new case is going to create, okay. And once it is going to create, what I am doing against the case ID, okay, I am calling the OpenAI, okay. So how I'm getting the case ID once the case is going to create, by using the another tools like MCP Client call tool, the fetch case details by case ID, I'm going to get the case ID of it, okay. And what I'm doing, I'm sending this this payload informations, okay, whatever the case details has been created to the OpenAI, okay. And I'm saying the same things, okay, summarize case details along all fields of the case record, suggest next action towards resolution of this case. Suppose a customer has raised the case which is the new, okay. So once the analyst is going to take a look into it, why not I can like at least give a kickoff kind of things, okay. So we will have these much of details, what are the all total workaround, okay, which could be possible to execute at the customer end, okay, or maybe analyst can take the reference of before going to deep dive into that, okay. So because of that I will show you like how this is going to work, okay. So uh, in that case I am just sending this whatever the case details I have fetched to the OpenAI to get it, okay. And along with that, if you see, I am also adding the case comment, okay. So whatever the template I am going to get it, okay, from this OpenAI, this summarization of case and the suggested potential resolution of that case, okay, that I'm going to update into the case itself by adding the case comment, so that anyone who is going to assign and look into case can able to see it, okay. So we'll see this all, okay. And now this is for the health checkup, okay. So it also MCP client ping, if you see here we have the MCP client ping, we can able to check the status, okay. Here we can also we have privilege to get all the tools which are available into this MCP server, so that we can able to see here. If we have defined any resource, so we can also able to get this resource here, since as part of our previous video where we have done the MCP server, we haven't defined any resource, listeners. So that's why it will be like, although it has created and we are hitting, we are going to get the null value of that, okay. So hope like this is clear about, okay. So what I did, I deployed this MCP client as well, okay, into our endpoint, okay, here, okay. I have deployed here, okay. So let's see how this is going to like work, okay. So let me open this first this postman. Okay, and suppose if I'm saying the fetch all tools, okay, which means all the tools which are, and see, this is the thing but my client. Okay, so this is the MCP client which I'm hitting, and this MCP client is calling the MCP server. Okay, so here I'm trying to fetch all the tools which are available into the MCP server. So if you see here, so here you can see this is the name of the fetch case details, create case record, fetch case details, status, update case status. So all the tools which are available into the MCP server, okay, it is giving me a list of it. Okay, so the purpose of that, maybe we can expose this API. Sorry. So we can expose this API to the third party, the caller one. Okay, and through this our client, okay, they can able to interact with our MCP server through, if any orchestrations or choreography is required, we can able to perform. Along with that, we can also able to, like, we are not going to expose the MCP server directly to the outer world, so maybe we can give this as a kind of the experience API, and they are going to hit it, and maybe the all the governance, security, orchestrations we can able to control into this API. Okay, so they can be able to like know like what all the MCP tools are available, along with the descriptions, and what are the input schema is required to make sure that we are going to get the response. So we can able to, so let us go step by step how we can able to create a case record. Okay, so let me see. So let's see, like I have one already, I have pre-configured this value. Okay, I'm hitting this MCP client as a create case record. So let's see how this is going to treat it. See, so if you see here into this MCP client, there must be some activity should happen. Okay, so here you can say it received the request body, means it is going through this client only. Okay, and if you see here how like this response is coming. Okay, so to make it more understanding, okay, easily readable, I have used the YAML. So here you can say it is giving the case summary. Okay, so if you see, it is giving the very enriched informations like account. Okay, what is the account ID, industry, owner ID, along with this contact ID, emails. Okay, along with that, if you see here, it is giving the suggested next action. Okay, so this is coming from the OpenAI. So it's saying that investigate the error. Okay, engage technical support, communicate with the user, monitor progress, document resolution, blah blah. Okay, so the case has been created. Okay, let's verify how we can able to verify this case. So here the case number is 1190. Okay, okay, so we can able to see like this case number has been generated here. Okay, so let's validate this into the Salesforce. Okay, so let me go here, and all open cases. So there must be a case 190. Okay, once I'm going to open this, okay, here you can see the case is new. Okay, case has been created, and here you can see like as part of this add comment which I am doing into, okay, it has put these details over case as well. Okay, because I'm like whatever I'm getting from the OpenAI, I wanted to put into this case comment. Okay, so that it has been put here. Okay, let's validate in another way. Okay, so suppose if I'm going here, fetch case details by case ID. Okay, so let me pass this case ID as part of the URI parameters. Let me send it. Okay, so here you can see it is giving this case details. Okay, and let me try with the update case details. So suppose, so update case details is looking for the case ID, and let me pass this working. Let's see how this is going to behave. Okay, so here see it is like giving the 200. Okay, okay, the status is working. Let's verify from the backend as well. So just maybe refresh this. Okay, so the status of this case number which is ending 190 must be in the working. So here you can see it is the working, and here you can see also updated case status new to working. Okay, so here we can able to see what else we had. So fetch course update. Okay, so this is the pretty much okay how we can able to see it. Okay, through this MCP client to call tools we can able to invoke the this MCP server. So here we can also able to like invoke the third party. Okay, but here I have used the MCP server which is built in the Mule. Okay, so through as part of this the scope of this video. Okay, so hope you are going to explore from your side and try to implement this. One thing which is very important to know, like whenever you are going to use this agent defined prompt template in the same way, it is not going to work on a trial versions. You are supposed to at least add minimum $5. Okay, as part of the if you are using the OpenAI, then only this is going to work from your client side. Otherwise with the trial version it's not going to work. Okay, so hope you are going to explore this and you like this video. Okay, thank you, thanks for your time.